Hello everyone, I am Poonam Sood, Chapter Secretary, IMPA Mumbai. We have with us today a dynamic personality who I am in awe of, Ms. Banaisha Kharas, Chapter President, IMPA Mumbai. She is the world's first youngest image consultant and a mental health expert. Welcome Banaisha.
Thank you, Poonam.
Banaisha, we are looking forward for many valuable insights from you today. And for that, I have few questions for you. I hope you are ready.
Yes.
Totally?
Yes.
All right. So tell us what got you into this field of image consulting? What was your background?
So, I was in college that time. I've been a student primarily while being an image consultant. And it was in my last year of education that I took up image consulting and I took up this program. And that's my journey forth. However, while I was studying, I was doing a bunch of internships. So I have done an internship in a fashion house. I used to do shoes and accessories. Prior to that, I used to model. Thereafter, I also joined a graphic design company because I wanted to be a graphic designer at some point.
That's great. Yeah.
So yeah, these were a few things that I had got my hands into before I started doing image management. So yeah.
So amongst all this, your hands were absolutely full. How did you get to know about image consulting profession and how did it get you excited into taking it up?
So, fun fact here was that my mom actually was more excited than me because she saw the Times of India ad of ICBI, wherein she read about it and she kind of came to me and she said, I know you're in your last year and you're still. I'm a psychology and a sociology student, and I was also doing history because I thought at some point in my life I will also do archaeology because that was also a subject.
Wow.
So there were like two different passions of mine that were being kind of, that were culminating in my head. And that's when I actually saw the ad that my mom showed me. And she said, I think this is so you because, you're always telling all of us, how to be and how to dress and what can we do better. And it really does work for us. So I feel like, the advice that you give us can also be extended. And most importantly, I feel that you have this within you, but you need to learn much more, is what my mom really said. To which I kind of agreed, but I was a bit apprehensive because I was like, oh my God, another course, like I'm already studying. And I was doing a double major.
Okay.
So doing a double major, which means that you're actually studying, 12 subjects and giving 6 papers.
Yes.
So it's very intensified and, being a social psycho student, you kind of land up doing a lot of case studies. So the last thing I wanted to deal was with more people, because that's the idea that I had, before I kind of joined the program, that I'll have to deal with more people then. Anyhow, I thought that this was a great platform to just send out an email. And I remember this is almost like 11 years ago, 11 12 years ago now. And wherein I had called up Sarika. So she was the point of contact,
Right.
and she still is the point of contact, which is amazing. And so I reached out to her, and she kind of said, why don't you just come in and attend Mr. Agarwal's session. And I did so. So I used to stay in South Bombay then, and then going to Andheri was quite an ordeal at that point of time.
I'm sure it still is.
I felt yeah, but I felt like the whole ride I was just thinking through that, oh my God, is this going to be something that I'm going to like, or what it's going to be, or is it going to be like one of those other seminars where they're constantly telling you something and doing something else.
Sure.
And when I attended the session and I heard Mr. Agarwal speak, what I realized was two things. One, I wanted to be like him and speak like that somewhere, somehow in life. I wanted to be on that side.
Inspiration there and then.
Absolutely. So, when I heard him speak for those 45 minutes to an hour, I was like, wow, like that's what you call like talking, that's what you call like oration, that's what you call like speech. And he wasn't speaking in any format which was, which was you know which was superficial or anything. He was speaking normally, but I think the panache and the language that he kind of used was very inspirational. And thereafter I met Mrs. Agarwal, who who was sitting all the way at the back, and I hadn't noticed her before because I'd come and sat right ahead. And
Right,
then
right.
after I met with her, and she was this warm, gentle, and this beautiful lady with a gentle smile, and looking at me saying, "Sure, we'd like to have you around as well." Like, kind of giving me a
Already a welcoming, warm feeling.
yeah, but she was still a bit apprehensive, I felt.
Yes.
So then my mom, spoke to Mr. Agarwal, and that's when we figured out that there was no one at that point of time who was doing a course that was my age. And but then he said something really, really important, and it's something that has stuck on with me till today, and that is my excitement moment that I felt excited about. He said that 10 years down the line, you would be the youngest one. You'd be the first youngest one. And that is a game changer. And today, that's a part of my introduction pretty much everywhere. And yes, earlier at that point of time, it was a big risk. It was a very big risk because, you were just getting, 12 years ago, knowing about image management was something unheard of, something people did not know what it was. And that was the time wherein, there were lots of apprehensions about, is this the right way to go forward? Is it a good career to take forward? Or should I just stick to psychology? Should I just stick to sociology? But what am I really going to do with it? And how am I going to convey the message? So all these were my thoughts. But when he said this kept on coming to me, and I said, you know what? Yes, I want to be the first one who tries it out. Because by the time everybody else tries it out, I would have, possibly moved on, and rightfully and thankfully so that did happen. So when you talk about the word, what got me excited, this moment got me excited. And I feel that, when you invest, for the next 10 years,
Yes.
That's when you really reap. So today I feel people look at me as an established consultant, because I'm a senior in the industry, and you become a senior in the industry, I feel, by doing that kind of work, and by, it's not about your age. There are lots of people who even till today start young, and then there are lots of people who, start at a mature age, which also has its benefits.
True, absolutely, yes. So
there is no age really that kind of defines your move. Right. But I felt that was right for me, and that got me very excited, and it still keeps me excited.
That's so wonderful to share, hear your journey from you, Binaisha. Thank you for sharing it with us over here. And I'm sure
actually I've never shared this point before. I just realized.
glad we could get to hear it from you today itself. And I'm sure you would have inspired a lot of young minds out there. And, as you said, it's right. In today's time, a lot of young professionals are ready. A lot of young people are ready to join the profession. So why would you say that image consulting is a very lucrative profession in the decade? What would be your message to them?
So I would say it's lucrative because it firstly allows. Now I here speak for just myself, Poonam, because everyone has a very different journey, and my most firmest and truest belief is that we all study from the same classroom, we all study from similar trainers, we all study from the same book.
Yes.
But what we all take back are different stories, different journeys, and different perceptions.
True.
It will be my 8th year this year.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very proud to say that it's been a continuous 8 year. There's been no sabbatical in between those 8.
Wonderful. I'm sure you're not even looking for it.
No, not at all. Absolutely no. So lucrative because I felt that in these 8 years, my profession allowed me to try out many new opportunities, try out new segments. And I got into an industry which was just forming, which was just coming together in a young country like India. Because we as a nation are one of the more, our population is still one of the youngest.
Yes.
Wherein I had a whole herd with me who was in competition. So today my age group is the average Indian age group, which is 29
Yes,
years old.
yes,
So and it's going to be that for, I mean, I'm going to kind of keep moving for the average Indian age group because it's the same year. And what something I've realized is that I'm my customer, I'm my target audience, and I am the provider itself. And this profession allows you to think in all these different forums. That's one, which is really important for any entrepreneurial venture. The
right.
second thing is that, of course, time flexibility, which is something very important to me personally speaking.
Yes,
So at a very young age, I kind of understood and realized through my internships that I wasn't someone who was cut out to kind of work for someone. I'm someone who likes to work with people, and there are very few people who like to work with people, you know. So I said that, hey, I can be understanding and I can kind of work with people,
sure.
but I'd like to take on an entrepreneurial venture. Now, at that point of time, I remember Mr. Agarwal making another statement wherein he said that one is an entrepreneur and one is a trainer. And I
Yes.
wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't want to be a trainer.
Yeah.
So there were many things that I tried and failed and tried again. And, some worked, some didn't work. And an image consultant never gave up on me, or nor did I give up on them, on it. So I felt, again, in a job versus image management allowed me to do that, allowed me to try things, trial and error. That was all good, to switch from a trainer to an entrepreneur.
Yes.
But I feel like sometimes certain other jobs, unfortunately, don't become so lucrative because, for example, today we're in a lockdown, but I'm not out of a job at all, or I'm not having a bad time, being
I
honest.
totally agree with that. I second that. Yes.
And yeah, absolutely, right? Like, even for you, you might have realized that we actually have just changed our mode of communication, our mode of platform. But
Right.
at no point of time has there been a scenario where it's shut shop,
Yes.
right?
I could hear myself tell people most of the time I'm occupied. I'm, little stuck in the engagement. You're like, what? Seriously? Yes.
And today, I feel a lot of people have realized because of the pandemic how important it is to actually invest and take care of yourself, because it's never been such
Right.
an important time in the world, because a lot of people are losing jobs.
Yes.
All of us could come up with the same with the same kind of qualifications, but what's really going to keep us apart is our image, is our first impressions, is how we package ourselves and put ourselves forward.
Right.
So I think now is better than any other time. So again, my point of lucrativity, we kind of are like water. We kind of move in every
Flow.
format. We flow.
Right.
So that's how I look at the image industry. And
Wonderful. As I rightly said, Vinasha, I'm in awe. So the wonderful things that you said was, I'm the customer, I'm the target audience, I'm the service provider. That just, I think, sums it up very beautifully. So tell us, Vinasha, what kind of work are you doing after your certification? Kind of work have you been doing after that?
so, to be honest, I think I took around like 6-8 months to find my niche, to understand what I'm really good at. My first project were in the Dharavi slums, and which I always am very, very thankful to God for giving me that, is because it really, really taught me how to be with people who don't have anything, and how to give to people who don't have anything. And I feel like when you can give to people who don't have anything and teach them and really make a difference, then the rest of the world is just a cakewalk. So I work with NGOs. That's my forte. I work with women, children, and NGOs. I work with people who are oppressed, depressed. I also work with in the process of rehabilitation of sexually abused victims, and I work with the mentally challenged adults individually as well as with certain other NGOs. So
Interesting.
my
Yes.
first journey actually started with an NGO called Advitya, which is again very, very close to my heart, because there's a lady who runs that place, who's the founder. called Miss Anjali Shah, and she's the one who really inspired me to, to kind of move image management in this direction as well. And so these are my fortes that I feel today, that I feel like I'm good at. Apart from that, I work with children in schools. So I work with schools. I work for women from smaller groups, different socioeconomic backgrounds, of course. I today also have international clients that I work with.
Wow, wonderful.
Since it's been 5 years now that I have international clients, individual as well as groups, schools. So this is my clientele, but to kind of put it in a smaller format, it's for women, children, and the end.
Wonderful. So, Vinayasha, when you are working with these, there are, of course, like you said, schools. So there are organizations involved. So what would you say is the level of awareness amongst these organizations, the corporates, about image consulting?
So in my area of work that I work with, my corporates are usually retail houses, because
Right.
that's something that I enjoy. I enjoy working with retail houses, fashion houses, to kind of work on their sales staffs, groom them, enhance them. So I feel like a lot of corporates today do know about image management, and they just know it by different names sometimes. Maybe some of them are aware about image being the name, and some of them call it personality development and a whole bunch of other things.
Right.
So the awareness is most definitely there. I feel that today as consultants, what we need to put out there more, more particularly, is what we can do for them. Because I remember when I started out, not many people were thinking retail. Not many people were thinking the fashion as a corporate
Right.
sector. People were just looking at it more for personal shopping
Yes.
related. So it was kind of it was new at that point of time, even when I started it. But today, I think we have a lot of consultants who service this segment of the industry. So corporates are definitely aware about such a thing. They know about image consultants. I feel some of them even know where to find us and locate us, most definitely. But we need to keep on spreading the word, and
Absolutely.
to tell them exactly what we do. And I'm sure you know that better than me, since that's your niche too.
Thank you, Vinayasha. So, Vinayasha, how have you, after coming a long way from the last 10, 12 years, how have you planned your roadway, your roadmap of success? How did you plan it from then to now? And from now onwards, what is the next step?
So I make a roadmap every year, and
All
I
right.
kind of see. Year also depending on the situation. Like for example, this year, wherein I always have been doing online consulting since I had my international clients. So since
Right.
5 years, I have been doing it.
I'm sure.
But
Yes.
I feel that the pandemic has kind of made my consumer understand that I function better even online. I
Correct.
function good online. There were some people who bought into it easily because they had no choice. But today
Absolutely.
I have a lot of I have a lot of clients within Mumbai city itself, where I reside, who kind of
Great.
take on my services and who would like to continue in that way going forward, because they're my retainer clients.
True.
So uh,
Absolutely.
that has been a new roadmap direction. However, the future, what I look at for myself is making it more self-reliant, making my business more self-reliant, which means I can take longer holidays, and
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
don't miss out work while I'm holidaying. So making it more self-reliant, having more of an online presence than ever,
Right.
and yeah, just making it more approachable for people to kind of buy into these services. Because for me, my company is about mental health and image management.
Right.
It's a marriage between these two, which is pretty much important for every human being. Because when you're branding somebody, it's not just about putting them in great clothes, but
Yes.
also get giving them a great attitude on how to carry these clothes.
Absolutely.
So I feel like both my topics kind of synergize beautifully together. and they're in a beautiful love story. And that's how I plan on taking this roadmap ahead.
Wonderful. Those was really wonderful insights. And Vinasha, it was so well said. Everything, the way you put it up, the way you started, the way you've taken your journey forward, and how you plan to take it more forward. I'm sure it would be inspirational to many out there, and you would continue to inspire all of us. It was pleasure having you over today, Vinasha. Lovely talking to you. All the best.
Thank you, Poonam. Thank you very much.